What's up everybody, it's Roman Gaming here. So E3 2017 is of course, it might seem quite far away actually, but it's not really at all. I mean, it's 3 months left until it's finally taking place. It's the highlight of almost all gamers out there every year, including myself. I really can't wait for it, and yeah, and in that way I'm super excited for it. At the same time, last year's E3 to me was somewhat disappointing. Like, all of the conferences were pretty underwhelming up until the Sony one, and that's where they blew it all out of the water, and it kind of saved E3 for me last year. I hope that all the companies have really learned from that this year, and therefore we're going to see a lot of quality stuff coming out across the board in every single conference that we'll be seeing. So if that's the case, that's going to be super exciting for sure. But with that being said, I thought it would be a cool moment right now to do some early predictions. Of course, it's all guesswork at the moment. We don't really know anything about what's going to be shown. So these are going to be my personal 5 early predictions for E3 2017, 3 months before it's actually taking place. So without further ado, I'd say let's actually get into the video. So my very first prediction is going to be simply about a game, and I think this game is going to be maybe not announced at E3. I feel like it might already get announced very soon, and maybe a couple of weeks from now at a special event, or simply by releasing a trailer or something like that. But I think 2017 is going to be the year of Destiny 2, and we know that with the very first Destiny game in 2014, it's kind of a hate it or love it situation, right? There are some people that really like that game, that have played it, like addicts for years straight with their friends, that are really, attached to it and stuff. At the same time, you had a lot of people complaining about it with repetitive content. They didn't like the whole MMO aspect of it, where, yeah, it really is about grinding. And I hope that Bungie, with this sequel, has simply learned from their mistakes. They'll add a bit more variety, more things to do and stuff like that. And then I have no doubt, that, yeah, they're going to be releasing it somewhere this year. So my prediction for Destiny 2 is that it may not actually once again get announced at E3, but we'll definitely see more of it, or we'll get an announcement at the Sony press conference. And the reason why I think we're going to see Destiny 2 at the Sony press conference is of course for all the deals that they had with the original game, where on PlayStation you used to get the DLCs and the expansions first. So I'm pretty sure that's a trend they'll continue. Destiny 2 will once again be really attached to PlayStation as a brand, and so that's why I think that, yeah, we're going to see Destiny 2 at the Sony press conference. Now, my second prediction will be more centered towards Microsoft. We, of course, already know that for Microsoft, E3 2017 is really going to be about Xbox Scorpio. They officially announced it last year. It's coming out this year somewhere in the fall, but we, of course, need to know much more details, and simply how powerful is it going to be? How much is it going to cost? How will it all work with the whole, generational leap? Like, is it really going to be true that you will still be able to play your Xbox One games on it, or have they scrapped that, and are they going to treat this like a new generation? I don't personally think so. I think they'll kind of stick towards the more, just the console that will be able to still play those old games and stuff. My prediction is actually going to be more towards the price, and I predict that the Xbox Scorpio will be costing $499, and I think that's what they're going to announce at the Microsoft press conference. The reason why I'm saying $499 is because, well, we know it's going to be a really powerful device, but at the same time I feel like Microsoft really can't go that far and make it so much stand out, because, if they really go for a super powerful console, yeah, I mean, the price is going to be absolutely insane, and we all know people who play on consoles are not really willing to pay those prices for gaming systems, and in that way, I think that, Microsoft really has to be careful there and simply go with a price that is still somewhat affordable, but definitely, more of a premium price for a console out there. So I think $499 is what they're going to actually keep it at, and what the price will be for the Scorpio, and especially when sometime, the PS5 releases in 2 years from now, maybe it's still their plan to compete with the Scorpio. So then this price would seem like at that point it would have already gone down in price a bit. It would seem like, once again, still a competitive price. So we'll have to wait and see. I just think the Scorpio will be $499. My third game is going to be about a PS4 exclusive that I think we'll finally be seeing, and that is Sucker Punch's new IP. We haven't heard from Sucker Punch since 2014 as well, just like with Destiny. And now we know that Sucker Punch, of course, had worked on Infamous Second Son in 2014. That was their biggest game there. It also came out with the first Light expansion somewhere later in the year, but we haven't heard from them anytime since. For 3 years now, they've been working on a game that is most likely going to be released somewhere this year or next year, I would hope. And so that's why why I really think that's one of the big PS4 exclusives that we're going to see revealed at this year's E3, of course, at the Sony press conference. And what will it be about? There were, recently rumors that it might actually be a Western game. I find it very, very interesting how that's going to exactly compete with, like, Red Dead Redemption 2, of course, coming out maybe still this fall. We'll have to wait and see about that one. But yeah, apparently Sucker Punch, that's the rumors right now, are working on a Western open world game. So I'm definitely excited to see more about that. And as I said, I'm really, really interested to see what the response, the reaction from people will be towards that with Red Dead Redemption 2 coming out so soon. So that's my third prediction. Now I'm going to do a fourth one. This might be somewhat bold. I think that, well, at first it may not seem like that, but I think that EA will actually reveal the new Amy Hennig Star Wars game fully this year at E3. It's due to come out in 2018, I believe, because this year they're still going to focus on a new Battlefront game by DICE, because the new movie is coming out, of course. But yeah, next year they're going to come out with Amy Hennig's Star Wars game, and I think this year is really where we're going to see a title, an actual trailer that will tell us what the story will be about. Here is my bold prediction. This may really seem like a big yeah, just guess, but I really feel like this may actually happen. I think Nolan North might be the main character in that game, and it may seem a bit like shots fired at Uncharted by Amy Hennig by doing that, but it's just a hunch feeling that I have that Nolan North is somehow once again going to be involved, that Amy Hennig, yeah, is going to do that she's going to bring back maybe even some more of the cast of the original Uncharted 4 game, with Alan Tudyk, who was supposed to play Rafe, with Todd Stashwick, who was helping her write the game, who was supposed to play Sam in Uncharted 4. We'll see, but I think that game is going to have major influences of what Uncharted 4 used to be, before the other people took over. So we'll see about that. My prediction is that, yeah, we're going to both see it revealed really this year, and Nolan North might actually be the main character in the game. So then the final prediction that I want to make for E3 2017 is actually going to be related to The Last of Us Part 2. Of course, we saw it announced last year at PSX, but for this year, for this E3, what I personally believe is that now that they have announced it, they couldn't just not talk about it anymore at E3, because everyone is kind of expecting it. What I think they'll be showing is a new trailer. I don't think we're going to be seeing gameplay yet. The reason why is because it's actually still, like they said already at PSX, still early in development, so maybe showing off gameplay would simply be too early for that. The Lost Legacy still has to come out as well, so I think they're going to do kind of what Naughty Dog already did at E3 2014 as well, is they ended it off with a Uncharted 4 trailer back then that really revealed the game, although they had already announced it with that teaser, 6 or 7 months prior to that. I think the exact same thing is going to happen here with The Last of Us Part 2. We'll see a trailer that will reveal more about the story, that will tease some more things, get people really hyped for it, and maybe, that's going to be my final bold prediction, I guess, really is a 2018 number at the end. So I think they will kind of reveal that they are still planning for it to come out in the fall, most likely, of 2018, by simply putting 2018 at the end in the trailer. So that is my final prediction. So with that being said, these were my 5 early E3 2017 predictions. Nonetheless, I'm very excited, very hyped to see what exactly we're going to see. No doubt that it's going to be once again one of those key moments of the year that is just going to be epic all around, and that I can't wait to already be live streaming with you all, of course, seeing you all in the chat, react to everything that's going on. It's no doubt going to be amazing. So with that being said, let me know your personal E3 2017 predictions in the comments, and then leave a quick like to support my channel. Helps me out a lot, so thanks a lot for watching, and hope to see you again next time.